Hi Guy, welcome to another retro TV show commentary, and today we're having a look at the second episode of When Games Attack. Now there wasn't very many of these, so I thought I'd probably do them in order over time, because only about 20 episodes. So anyway, on to episode 2. Sit back, relax and enjoy.
Cast is an alternative video game program. Viewers should prepare themselves for games-related jokes, nonsense and general hijinks.
In the alternative world of video games today, Caroline lady slaps the Japanese, Unreal Tournament slugs it out against Counter-Strike, the making of the original Doom,
Counter-Strike,
and the first Group B match of our football tournament.
Oh, for more football.
No, mate. No, I need a bigger woofer. Yeah, have you got a bigger woofer? Cheers. Hello there. Not even my day job as a fledgling rock and roll icon can prevent me getting your wonderful letters. Here's one I got the other day from Matthew Gold from Penzance. He says, "Dear When Games Attack, what in your opinion is the best game ever?" Well, Matthew, I'd have to say life itself. The levels are well thought out, there's a genuine sense of achievement at the end of each one of them, and unlike Tomb Raider, the ladies are real, although their breasts are smaller.
Alright, that made me
Not all
laugh.
gaming moments have to be fun, enthralling or special. No, some of them can be so frustrating they want to make you chisel out your own teeth with despair. To help you, yes you, avoid that trap, today we present the top 5 most frustrating gaming moments. Thank you very much.
Okay.
At number 5 is Turok Dinosaur Hunter, a decent N64 first-person shooter, but with jumping controls worse than R2-D2's.
I hated
Time and
this.
time
I
again, what
bought
should
it
have been
new.
a simple hop, skip and jump ended in oblivion.
It was terrible.
Imagine gamers' horror when they found they had to jump across a vast array of tiny pillars with the grace of a mountain goat. Getting across took so long, many gamers froze in their own tears. At number 4, it's chatting in Lifeline. Proper voice recognition finally arrived in games and made us want to scream. Supposedly, you just had to gently articulate into the microphone what you wanted Rio to do, and she'd do it. But in the real world, the voice recognition was so bad, Lifeline was self-torture of the larynx. Shoot the alien!
Turn right.
No! Don't run away, get in there! All right, make me a cup of tea.
Okay, I'll leave.
No! Shoot the alien! But there was something she got right away.
The bed, okay?
Result! We'll be back later on to tell you what's number 3 and
Oh
2 in
my
our top
God.
5 most frustrating gaming moments.
One, two, 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 two. Sartre, Rousseau, Nietzsche, fish, sailing boats. You know, they say if you want to make it in the music biz, you've got to be prepared to sell your mother for rock and roll. Well, I did that once. I got Rick Astley's greatest hits. Some more secrets revealed now in today's Behind the Game.
In 1993, a groundbreaking video game was released that single-handedly
going back a bit
redefined
even
its
to
genre
then.
and spelt doom for its gun-wielding competitors.
You are a space marine in the far future, and you are dispatching the demons of hell back to where they came.
Whilst most other games on the market were 2D, Doom allowed the gamer to look through the eyes of their superhuman fighter in a 3D world, creating a feeling of total immersion.
What really became possible with Doom was as we got to the
Still
faster
holds up
computers and the
incredibly
better
well today
graphics,
as well.
we were able to bring up the level of realism. The addition
prefer
of
Doom
some
2,
lighting
not
and
the
shading on
first
the
one.
graphics and the fully textured world instead of the limited texturing seemed to be an important threshold to the point where normal people could just look at the game and say, wow, this is really pretty cool.
Cool enough that you could bet your mother anybody who could even spell PC had a copy. Doom was so popular at release, it became the most installed software program ever.
But the thing that triggered the phenomenon of Doom was the distribution of the game through shareware, which is relatively new at that point. The fact that the game's quality was better than just about anything you'd pick up on the shelf and it was free, that was a giant part of it. There was just a lot of things happening at the right time that just exploded. Not just talking about the technologies in the game, but actually the game itself, the future versus hell type motif that we had, how dark the game was, the music in the game, the diminished lighting, I think, really lended a lot to the game's success.
As we were making the game, we were thinking this is the movies Aliens and Evil
and it was
Dead
just
put
awesome
together. I
fun.
mean, that's where, you know, we've got our chainsaws and we've got the whole kind of Space Marines aspect from it. And it obviously owes a whole lot to that. It's almost comical to look back now at what we were able to do with the limited technology there, talking about, you know, feel of movies and things, compared to what we're able to do today.
There were so many things that we did right on that game that it just, you know, became this classic.
We scoured the Premiership and the Championship in search of the best Pro Evolution players to stage the world's first virtual football competition. 8 pros had to compete through group rounds and knockout stages until one of them has earned the right to be crowned the When Games Attack Football Champion.
Group B stars Anthony Gardner from Spurs, Martin Rowlands from QPR, Matt Taylor from Pompey, and West Ham Stephen Bywater. It's the start of the group, so points are absent.
Those names mean nothing for me.
On to Group B in the When Games Attack Football Challenge. We have got
They really look
Ian
like they
Thomason,
want to be there, don't
left
they?
side defender Matt Taylor against West Ham's keeper Stephen Bywater. Water. I think water makes it sound a bit more kind of continental. So first of all, Matt, let's start with you. Football was a funny old game.
Yep.
So what do you say? And I see you've illustrated that with your footwear there, which is nice. Oh, you're one of these kind of cute little pretty boy footballers, aren't you?
Yeah, you can't abuse
I
it.
tell you what, the birds, the sky
nice
must
to me,
pick up. Every single girl watching this show fancies you now, already.
I don't think so.
And no, it's doing. The sad thing is their mums want me. Never mind. Okay, you're playing as Argentina. So are we going to see a nice kind of nippy, fast, continental, intricate passing game?
Probably not. You might see me running with the ball and probably fouling a lot.
That's always.
It won't be a classic, I can assure you.
Yeah, so okay, lots of cheating and diving from Matt then. And Stephen, you're playing as Brazil.
Right,
And a little South American cousins. First goalkeeper we've had actually in the tournament so far.
Quite probably the last after my performance.
Nothing really footwear bad I can comment on. You've actually, you've turned it all right. Actually.
Turned out better than that lad there, yeah.
Oh, a little bit of clothing needle on here for the first time. That's excellent. Okay, Argentina against Brazil. It's going to be a South American clash of cheating and flair. Join us after the break.
Before we go, let's catch up with numbers 3 and 2 in our top 5 most frustrating game moments. At 3, the Final Fantasy VII battle sounds. What's worse, the sound of entering a battle or the sound of winning a battle? Entering?
Entering.
Winning? If you think I'm being too harsh, then imagine hearing those sounds for 80 hours straight. Of course you can't, but we can try and help you understand.
100 for me. At least 4 times.
One can only conclude that Final Fantasy VII fans have either the patience of Job or the memory of a goldfish.
A bit of both.
At At number 2, crap Jurassic Park shooter Trespasser. This game was meant to have an interesting feature, being able to control your character's arm and hands. Trouble was, it sucked. Apart from looking like an elephant's trunk with fingers, your arm and hands had a tendency to ignore what you told them to do. You felt as graceful and useful as a drunk searching for the front door keys, and it's no wonder most gamers just lay down and let their raptors munch them and their rubbish arms for lunch.
No blood.
Join us in part 2 for the most frustrating gaming moment ever. Coming up in the alternative video game show, Caroline fights for credibility, Unreal Tournament fights Counter-Strike, and the most frustrating gaming moment ever. But first, it's time to join Stevie Morgan in the commentary box for the Football Challenge.
Thanks, Dominic. It's Matt Taylor's Argentina versus Stephen Bywater's Brazil. And the two players there were giving each other a bit of needle before the break about footwear. I myself prefer to commentate barefoot. Actually, I'm completely naked as we speak, but it's Ronaldo who squares the ball for Ronaldinho. Oh, and he can't score. Stephen Bywater distraught at that awful effort. But now it is Argentina on the attack, pushing through, but shooting straight at the keeper. You got to do better than that. A lot better. Again, Argentina in possession, working their way through that defence, and it's Crespo! Oh, it's 1-0! Hernan Crespo!
No sensible
and just look
soccer.
at Matt Taylor there, he's overcome! And again, Argentina!
Immense power.
Immense power indeed! But
A bit excited
Brazil
there.
are still under attack, and Bywater cannot score! And at half-time, it's 1-0 to Argentina. And the way things are going, Stephen Bywater could be on the receiving end of a roasting, which I'm sure he wouldn't enjoy. But maybe he would. Seems like a nice boy. Anyway, let's get back to the football, because Brazil are now working their way down that right flank, but the cross goes nowhere. And again, he floats one in, but still Bywater cannot score, but he's got an open goal! Surely! Oh, my word! What is this guy doing? You can tell he's a goalie.
Seriously, goalie's an
Oh, ignore that.
Matt Taylor rubbing it in there because he knows
Easy,
with
brother.
that
no, come on.
it's full time, and his Argentina have beaten Brazil 1-0. And Bywater unable to sink the Argies.
Well, Matt Taylor, good to get a win in your first game, but you made hard work of that.
I did, yeah. I told you I'm not very good, didn't I?
Oh, I
It
did.
was nice to get a win. And
You were knocking it around nicely, though. Your keeper was a bit mental.
yeah, no, I think you've been watching you, Steve, or what? I don't know. But no, no, it was good to get a win.
Now, Stephen Bywater, now you started off.
I was on fire.
Looking like a seasoned Pro Evolution veteran there. Lovely move. The two Ronnies up front, Ronaldo crossed it for Goofy, and then
I think I was just button bashing, to be honest with you, at the start. I was button bashing to find out the keys.
button.
Button bashing, you know, just...
Button. Sorry, that was a one sort of word beginning with B. This is the first game in the group. You've got two more. Are you confident you can go on and do better things with the remaining games?
Play like that, I've got aim with a chance, I reckon. Aim with a chance.
Okay, just in case you're completely idiotic, the table currently stands with Matt Taylor after one game. He's in the lead with 3 points. Stephen Bywater on the bottom with 0. Okay, we're going to have the second game in Group B next time you join us.
Hey, the bat.
Greetings, loyal subjects, and welcome to Head to Head. Today we're... I'm sorry, what do you want? Oh, you've written me a poem? Oh, that's really sweet. Oh, let's see. Dominik Diamond, pudding and pie, kissed the girls and made them cry. When the boys came out to play, he kissed them too because he was... I'm not going to read the rest of that. And anyway, so what if I am? That's got you thinking, hasn't it? Go get your boxes.
This week, Cuddly's championing Unreal Tournament 2004, while up against their Queenie has plumped for Counter-Strike. Round 1. Lifespan.
Counter-Strike's long lifespan is down to its brilliant maps. The levels are varied enough to keep play exciting, offering hiding places and open areas to satisfy both campers and experts. Unreal Tournament racks up the play hours thanks to its various game options, as well as Assault and Capture the Flag, modes like Onslaught, in which each team battles to capture the other's strategic nodes, keep fans entertained. But which game has the longer lifespan?
Ain't played over.
65% of the 100 gamers we surveyed said Unreal Tournament had the more lasting appeal. Round 1 goes to Unreal Tournament. 2 rounds to go.
Counter-Strike still going to this day.
Cuddly's in the lead. On to round 2. Graphics.
Counter-Strike fans believe their choice of FPS is a graphics winner. The textures are pin-sharp, the character motion clean and realistic, while the real-world environments are convincingly portrayed.
Realistic.
Unreal Tournament doesn't disappoint in the looks department either. Fantastic lighting effects adorn every weapon blast. Player movement is always smooth, and due to their sheer size, the environments deliver an amazing sense of scale.
Yeah, it's got to be
But
Unreal
which game
Tournament.
is the better eye candy? %70 of the gamers we surveyed said Unreal Tournament's graphics were superior. Round 2 goes to Unreal Tournament. 1 more round to go.
I know, Queenie. I think Counter-Strike is a fantastic game, but the votes have gone right against you, and it's an unassailable 2-0 lead to Unreal Tournament 2004 and Cuddly. Is it going to be a clean sweep? Let's find out. Round 3. Gameplay.
What puts Counter-Strike at the top of the FPS pile is its varied playstyle. Excellent weapons such as the Clarion 5.56 bring all-out action, whilst the counter-terrorist Riot Shield gives an interesting tactical angle to the proceedings. Apart from the outlandish weaponry, one feature of Unreal Tournament 2004 has guaranteed its popularity with fans: the vehicles. Forcing a tank through a city barrier and flying starfighters through exhaust vents gives a welcome boost of adrenaline to the old-school FPS format.
Like a great game.
But which game do you think provides the more satisfying experience?
Ooh, that was close.
56% of those surveyed said Unreal Tournament 2004 had the better gameplay. The final round goes to Unreal Tournament. Unreal Tournament is our overall winner, 3 rounds to 0.
Wowzar! Counter-Strike roundly demolished by Unreal Tournament 2004. That means that Cuddly is a triumphant winner this week, and because it's a clean sweep, that means it's an extra especially horrible forfeit for Queenie. Cuddly, hit it! Now, you may think listening to a Walkman's not a terribly bad forfeit, but wait till you see what we've got in the machine. Join us next time for another head-to-head. It's now time to reveal the #1 most frustrating gaming moment. But first, a recap of the other sordid bunch. At number 5, it's Jumping Nightmares in Turok Dinosaur Hunter. At 4, Talking Pish in Lifeline. At number 3, the unending torture of the repetitive Final Fantasy sounds. At number 2, manky-looking weird arms in Trespasser. But the #1 most frustrating gaming moment is the doors of Resident Evil.
Yeah, that's a
There are a
good
few
one.
seconds for every gamer when they want to end it all. That'll be the few seconds between changing rooms in Resident Evil. The painfully slow animation happens so often that our producer actually revealed he used to close his eyes and block his ears, convinced such endless repetition would etch itself into his brain and cause permanent damage. In my darkest nightmares, I come to a door, which looks familiar. I open it to reveal another door. I panic. I open it, and there's another. And another door, another door, another door, door after door after door after...
Some deodorant as well upstairs, mate, when you get a chance. Thanks. A simple misunderstanding involving a goat a can of WD-40 and a photograph of the Emperor Hirohito means Japan's borders are now close to me. Thankfully, they're still open to the lovely Caroline flag.
Back in the good old days when you wanted to fight someone Japanese style, you used to do it with a back chop like this. But nowadays it's more likely to be somewhere like this, an arcade, because in Japan, the beat-em-up games are still very much alive. Without doubt, the daddy of 3D fighting games is Virtua Fighter. When it arrived in 1993, its range of camera angles and moves made it an instant classic. 13 years later, and the series is still going strong. Nicknamed the thinking man's beat-em-up, it's a game of legendary depth.
Now, I fancy a bit of all this myself. Trouble is, though, I'm lacking in a wide chrome zone, and it means I didn't spend my entire youth locked up in my bedroom playing beat-em-ups. Game after game, hour after hour, year after year, like a boy. So, I'm going to go and get some tips from someone who did.
Chibita was my Virtua Fighter trainer, a player of 10 years and the winner of the last 2 Tokyo Championships.
Well, it's bloody noisy in here, but to start off with, me and Chibita, we're going to have a bit of a trial match. I've had no training, we're going to see how long I can last. We're going to try next.
Deciding that bigger was better, I went for the character of Jeffrey.
I wish you even getting hit
27 seconds, 92, but I think I can do better than that.
27 seconds might be quick, but he's had a fair amount of practice.
I've been playing for 10 years. I have all the books and I do all my homework. I practice and I practice. I kick ass.
I wonder if he's still
What's
going.
a coward's way of trying to win, like the quick route in, sort of the equivalent to scratching someone's eyes out, maybe pulling their hair?
If you keep pushing the defense button, no matter what the other person does, he can't hurt you.
Sticking with my character Jeffrey and with Chibita by my side, I tried turning his expert advice into my own butt-kicking style. I went to see how the experts did it at this year's Tokyo Championship. Even I lasted longer than this guy. I was beginning to fancy my chances. With that in mind, I entered my name for the competition. It was around this time that they kicked me out. Unknown to Sega, however, I contacted the competition winner the following day to arrange a private showdown. Now it was up to me to train as hard as I could. I was determined to, if not beat him, then at least to beat my record. I played on and on. And on. While the production crew relaxed, I played on. My nemesis was Heru, Tokyo's newly crowned Virtua Fighter champion. More intimidating was his choice of character, Leaf Yu, who is only used by Virtua Fighter masters. Now was the time to see how far my training had got me. Round 1, he came at me pretty hard. I was taking a lot of pain. Ouch. Round 2, things weren't getting much better. If I could just get a move in. Round 3, I was still alive, but only just.
Maybe the buttons are broken. How many perfects is that?
How long did I last? 53 seconds? He absolutely annihilated me, but I lasted longer than last time, which means all my practices, all those nights, paid off. Watch out, Tokyo, I'm coming back next year.
Well, that's it for another show. I've sorted out that woofer problem from earlier. Now I'm just going to go up to the dressing room and get a groupie to fiddle with my tweeters. Until next time, thank you, Glasgow.
Well, as always guys, thanks for watching, and please check back for another video soon.